Coach. Thank you. Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go, back man. 180! 57, 57.
Hey, check Mike 45, check Mike smooth.
Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second rounder from Penn State. Give him 3 there on the first play. Of the game, and it's second down.
He was brought down by Levante David. A 3-yard pickup.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. It's a second down run with Sanders. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Done. 180! Great 15, great 15!
44's to Mike.
Hey, Charlie!
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 43-yard line.
Go. 120!
Check.
Done.
Now they toss out wide to Sanders. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Here we go. 280!
Mike 54. Coming.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go. 180!
Check Mike.
They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. looking from the gun. Wentz. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Robert Quinn in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. And if you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Tackle made there by Jonathan Cyprien.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Rip left, rip left. Check it back, check it back. Check 50, check 50.
No, we're going to 53.
No. Kill. Check 3, check 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Here we go. 180.
I got you.
Great 57.
Wentz on the draw, leads it for Sanders. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. Alshon Jeffrey. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 76 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Tight dog. Check 9.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
A loss of 7 yards. It's 3rd down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
47.
3rd and long for Prescott. Well, the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. On 1st down, Sanders. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 120.
Here we go.
This 5-7.
44 to Mike. 44.
From the gun, it's Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. 280. Target. 2 jet.
44. Mike. 44.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Strip that ball.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go and try and put some pressure on the defense.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Dallas.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper.
Prescott's pass.
Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Wentz. The Sanders has got it complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Throwing now is Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. Fancy footwork at midfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Man 5-7.
On the draw, here's Sanders. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Brings up 2nd down at the 43-yard line.
Go, go. 20. 74, 74.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Hey, wahoo.
54's Mike. Check, check.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 56 yards on the ground.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play? Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Throwing on second and long. Prescott. And this one's incomplete. The man with over 1,000 catches, Jason Witten, the intended receiver. But now it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A 40-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, we got 3 out.
So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, but now it'll be third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing, Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Again, it's Elliott. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott escaping the pressure right. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Now this play was all about the eyes. As he rolled out to his right, he kept one eye downfield and one eye on what was in front of him, and he ended up picking up some pretty good yardage.
On first down, Elliott, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Prescott from the gun. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. Dashing through the snow. The 30. The 20. 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 36-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. Prescott now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8
Crunch.
at the Eagles' 27-yard line.
Here's Prescott. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Now Prescott, he's going to find Gallup here complete. Give him 18 yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
44's the mic. 44's mic. Check. And then...
Shotgun now for Wentz. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. Penalty stings big time there, wipes away a very good return.
And they work on it so hard because the goal is give yourself some space for your offense to really work. Try and gain an additional 1st down outside the 20 or 25-yard line. Instead, this one's going to come back.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Prescott now. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Rashad Perriman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will get him one closer. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And when a free safety goes like he did there, he better be sure he's going to be able to make a play.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, because I have a feeling that the defensive coordinator and head coach are on the sideline screaming, no, no, no. Good play.
Yeah, good job, buddy. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. That's good for 28 yards.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game. And he can break big plays like that, and we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
They go play action here on first down. This short throw caught by Goddard.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On second down now, it's Sanders. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Right back to Sanders on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 33-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Check. I got one.
It's a jet sweep as they get this to Jackson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Well, the returns for the Cowboys on Leighton Vander Esch have been pretty good so far. You know, a lot of Cowboy Nation questioned when they took him number 19 overall a season ago instead of Calvin Ridley. But Leighton Vander Esch would get 140 tackles last year, franchise rookie record for Dallas, en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
47.
Prescott to throw it. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the pick-6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
We're going to 54. 1
53 is the mic.
26.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Looking to throw, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Prescott to the end zone, but it's incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Draw play, Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
47. Here we go, 46, 46. 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here we go. 188.
53, Mike.
Here we go. Going to 54. 188.
Watch the edge. Check nickel. Back.
26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
57 to Mike. 56. And let's pitch it. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Maybe one final chance here to make this a bit more respectable as he'll go for it on 4th and goal. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Marr on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 22.
Makes the score Eagles 36, Cowboys 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing 2 things, the space heater and the hot chocolate.